Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to thank my colleagues for their unanimous support for House Resolution 221, a resolution designating April 27th as Don't Text and Drive Day in Pennsylvania. I appreciate your support as we all join together to bring attention to this important issue. While cell phones and other handheld devices have become so intertwined with our daily personal and work lives, it is also clear that these helpful tools can also become a source of great distraction to each of us. Distraction from any task at hand has its own problems, but distraction when operating a motor vehicle can have a profoundly negative and sometimes deadly consequences. A cell phone is a useful tool, but when used behind the wheel, it becomes a distraction that greatly increases the risk of accidents, injury, and death. Sadly, these risks move from being merely possibilities to becoming actual tragedies. Research has clearly shown that texting while driving dramatically increases the risk of crashes. In fact, the latest available data indicates that 6% of all crashes were the result of the operator being distracted due to texting while driving. And according to PennDOT, between the years of 2012 and 14, a total of 42,969 crashes in Pennsylvania alone involved distracted driving. In the crashes in just those 3 years, 161 Pennsylvanians needlessly lost their lives. And though the statistics do not specify exact numbers, many of these accidents were related to texting and driving. This issue is not merely one of far-removed statistics. It's about people, real people. To illustrate this point, it's my privilege and honor to introduce to the members of the House Ms. Joey Edens, who is one of my constituents and the one who contacted me about the need for Pennsylvania to do more to address the dangers of texting while driving. Ms. Joey Edens, will you please stand? And thank you for being with us here today. On June 25, 2016, a distracted driver was busy staring at his phone while typing a text message while his car drifted into the lane of oncoming traffic. This driver's car slammed into a vehicle being driven by Ms. Joey Edens, leaving her badly injured. The injuries that Ms. Edens suffered in this accident effectively ended her career as a professional EMT. Despite the immediate trauma and the following months of both physical pain and financial loss, Ms. Edens has made it clear that she does not harbor bitterness in her heart for the man who so carelessly caused the accident because he was distracted by texting when he pulled out in front of her that day. What she does possess, however, is a desire to make others aware of the reality that people do, in fact, gamble with the lives of others when they choose to believe that their text is important enough to beat the odds in this way. The real tragedy behind texting while driving accidents like this one is that they are so easily prevented. Too many drivers across the state of Pennsylvania continue to believe that their text message is more important than the increased risk to themselves and others. Ms. Edens, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your heart, which continues to want to help others, and especially to help others to not have to experience a completely avoidable accident due to someone texting and driving. This resolution is a tribute to you and your desire to take a bad situation and turn it around for good. May this resolution reach many people and accomplish your desire. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure that each of us have our own personal stories and have heard from our constituents who have similar stories. And though the General Assembly has passed several pieces of legislation through the years in an attempt to prevent people from texting while driving, we must do more. It is in light of this very real problem of distracted driving and accidents due to texting while driving, and in light of Ms. Joey Edens' moving story, that I rise in support of this resolution, which designates April 27th, 2017 as Don't Text and Drive Day, and also announce that I have just today introduced legislation that seeks to further reduce the incidences of these very preventable accidents. It is my sincere hope that by asking individuals, government leaders, business leaders, hospitals, schools, and public and private institutions all across Pennsylvania to promote awareness of the dangers of texting while driving, and by calling for continued programs and policies that reduce the incidence of texting while driving across the Commonwealth, that this body may help in some way to reduce the number of accidents, injuries and fatalities on our roadways, and thereby preserve the well-being of those who would otherwise be so negatively affected. Ms. Edens, thank you for being with us here today, and thank you for your efforts on behalf of the people all over the Commonwealth. And thank you, colleagues, for joining me in designating April 27th, 2017 as Don't Text and Drive Day in Pennsylvania. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair thanks the gentleman. Chair recognizes